Delaware in the building.
It's Nach TV. You missing out. You bullshit. You watching all types of other YouTube videos. You need to watch Nach TV. He gonna give you to you raw and authentic. The truth, but behind the truth, behind the scenes. Check him out.
Nach TV. Nach TV.
Nach TV, baby.
Nach TV.
Get me when I hit him with the Captain Mawaqad. We in this bitch deep, mobbing like the big priest. Only real killers over here. Yeah, where's the judge? Who the fuck I'm supposed to fear? Soldiers in the front side, soldiers in the rear. Heads on the swivel, so you know we so aware of what's happening over there. We don't care, want some drama, nigga, put it in the air.
Alright, man, we back, man. We here with the man himself, man. Big man out of goddamn Chicago. You know what I mean? If you could tell the people who you are, where you from, if I could.
Man, I'm Captain Mawaqad.
You can't expect me. That's what you own up. One time, every time a nigga roll up. Only real niggas on the squad. Get me when I hit them with the Captain Mawaqad.
I am in charge of the Chicago school under Commander Jenny Hunter. I grew up on the border of Chicago, a street called Howard Street, which borders, we call it where the city ends and the suburbs began, a town called Evanston. Right, so I big out to my town Evanston. That's where I grew up.
Yeah. So you say you from the county?
Cook County.
Okay, alright, bet. Cook County, that's Chicago though, right?
Yeah, damn right.
Alright, so okay, so you're not from, in Philly, you got the city,
right?
You got the county,
right?
Yeah, you know what I mean,
right.
So you ain't repping the county, you repping the city.
No doubt. I'm from, like I say, it's a street that borders where I'm from. Chicago, like literally, if you walk across the street, Chicago is here. You walk across this street, you in Evanston. So Chicago, you know what I'm saying? It ain't officially my home, but it's my home.
Got you.
No doubt.
No sound crazy.
No sound crazy.
All right, Cap. So if I could, man, could you take us back to the food stamp days, back to the, middle school?
Yeah.
Take us back to young boy Cap, if you could.
Oh man, young boy Cap was poor, on food stamps, holes in my pants, embarrassed to go to school, low self-esteem, no pops in the home,
Good night.
Homeless, typical life in Black America. You know, it was definitely rough growing up. My mother did the best that she could, and so, but it was definitely was rough growing up.
Damn. So what was it like in high school? High school, same thing. Like what you had to go through in high school?
High school, was definitely a different monster. The one thing about high school you learn immediately is that it's a fashion show.
Right.
I went to Evanston Township High School, where most people know it is a fashion show.
Right.
And when I first went, I ain't had a fashion. So what I did to keep up with the fashion was the money that my mother gave me, I would save it and use it to buy what we call crack cocaine.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? And I would use that crack cocaine money to go buy clothes.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? To keep up with everybody, me and my partners. You know what I mean? That's Jadakiss said it the best. I used to save my lunch money just to get in the game.
Right. I remember Meek, old Meek line, he said, save my lunch money to get an onion.
Yeah. I literally, when I heard, I ain't hear Meek, but when I heard Jada say that, I said, well, goddamn. Yeah. That's literally what I did. Me and my partners did coming up.
That's heavy.
Damn right.
So you got into the drug game heavy in high school.
Yep. And after once I graduated, me and my best friend, you know what I'm saying, we continued our drug career and ended up catching a felony case.
Damn.
Traveling out of town from Chicago to Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, that's feds.
Yeah. Along the case. Along the route, we got pulled over, got caught with it. Fortunately, at the time, my cousin had a little money, so we was able to get probation and restitution and all that. But it was,
damn.
It definitely was a scary experience when you look at the paperwork,
right?
And they tell you can get up to 50 years,
right?
So I was fortunate just to escape that.
Damn
right.
All right, so if I cut out one, so now you moving through life, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what's it like when you start thinking about, like, man, I gotta change my life. I gotta get about this life I'm living. What was that part of your life like?
Oh man, at the time that right before I came into the truth, I was at home with my kids every day, arguing with my woman about not having a job, feeling suicidal, and that's when I came across the ISUPK, the Commander Jenny Hunter. So when brothers tell you that the truth say they life, excuse me, or the ISUPK say they life, they literally saved my life by me clicking on YouTube and finding out about who we were and what our purpose is in the earth. You know what I mean? So at that time, I was, couldn't find a job because of my felony. I just told you about the case that I caught when I was young. Well, that carries with you.
Right.
Any brother that know that they got a felony, that walk with you through life.
Right.
I went on 200 interviews and could not get a job because of that felony. So I was in hell at the time.
Damn. So you hit that YouTube, and that's pretty much what started. So I know you probably was looking at YouTube, rolling the blunt.
Goddamn. This brother here is a prophet indeed. Because when I was watching the videos, I definitely was getting high while watching them.
Right.
And cats in my neighborhood to tell you, I love the videos so much. I used to take the speakers to the computer and put them in the window so people in the neighborhood could hear it. I was world famous for doing that. And people would actually stand on the corner and listen to what came out of the speakers from the ISUPK. It took me 2 years to shake that demon of getting high. I shook it. I called the school. It was about the Passover. Talked to General Haas at the time.
Shout out to General Haas.
Big out shout out to General Haas, and man, I've been rolling in the game ever since.
All right, so if I could, Cat, I know a little bit about you. So
Most sound crazy.
At one point in time,
you
was in the city of Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, damn right. Big shout out to Philadelphia.
Shout out to Philly. Yeah.
I love Philly, man. Philly, man. When I first got to, of course, the town I grew up in was half black, half white. You know, you didn't really grow up around white people, but you seen them.
Right.
So when I came to Philadelphia, it was a culture shock to me because Philly, I don't know if people know about Philly, is like Chocolate City, man. I know they call DC Chocolate City, but for me, everywhere I went in Philly, you seen nothing but black people.
No, it's Nach Tv. You can say
nothing but niggas. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And man, I love Philadelphia. I love the vibe, even though I know like Chicago, it's a lot of murders, you know what I'm saying, a lot of violence, but when I was there for the 3 years I lived there, man, I loved it. Philadelphia, I tell people all the time, got some of the most beautiful. I was telling the brother today, Philadelphia got some of the most beautiful black women I ever seen.
Absolutely.
So big shout out to Philly. I miss Philly.
So so what was that like, to making the decision to get up and go from Chicago, from where it was comfortable at?
Yeah. Well, at the time, me and my baby mother was having a conflict. So I wasn't seeing my children at the time anyway, right? I was in the truth. I was a trooper doing the work or whatever, and I just so happened to get fired from my job. So I looked at those two aspects, getting fired, not being in contact with my children. I called down to Philadelphia, talked to General Muhammad, told him that big shout out to General Muhammad. Told him that I love the brotherhood and I want to be around the brothers more. Commander Jenny Hunter gave the order, allowed me to come up. Shout out to Commander Jenny Hunter. Allowed me to come up, and I came up. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really have any plans on when I would come back, but I'm gonna say about that third year I was in Philly. As much as I love Philly, I started to get homesick. You know what I'm saying? And so that third year, it was perfect. Hebrew Academy. I was finishing that up, and I just felt though it was time to take this work of the Lord back to the crib.
Got you. You know what, Cat? And we love you and we appreciate that. You actually got a brother right behind you from Chicago.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? So like you went back to Chicago, from my understanding, and took this truth and quadrupled
Damn right.
what you got in Philly. You know what I'm saying? You made your city a beautiful place. Not only was your city, you know what I'm saying, we got little spots in Cleveland. We got spots in Pittsburgh. We got spots in Detroit.
Damn
right. Saying, we got spots in Milwaukee. We got spots in Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Indianapolis, Naptown, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I know that's the Most High in Christ, but Cat, you know what I mean, you put a super duper brick in the game. You know what I'm saying? And we love you for that, you know what I mean? So Cat, so what was it like when you came back to Chicago and you like, damn, I got all of this information and I got all of this ground to cover?
Well, everybody before you do something, sometimes you kind of having visions of what may take place.
Right.
And what I didn't see taking place was the grind and the struggle of when I first moved back. You know what I'm saying? Satan was definitely up against me, brother.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And it was very hard. It was hard, but I even at one point in time I even had to stay in a shelter, which I didn't have to. I could have came back to Philly, but I could have came back to Philly, and my wife at the time, she had a crib out in Kalamazoo. But I said, damn that. I said, I came back to build a school in Chicago. I stayed in the shelter, got my weight up, got me a job. They helped me get a job. They ended up getting a place, and once I got the place, man, from there it was history. Brothers started coming. I got a couple of brothers from Oregon. Big shout out to the Bob Mouth.
Big shout out to Bob Mouth.
Big shout out to Lamar. They moved from Oregon to Chicago to help with the work of Lord. Big shout out to Officer Ra'am and Officer Dama.
Dama, shout out to
you. We went out there, brother, with no camp. You see how brothers got camp equipment? We went out there with no camp equipment, no nothing, just a cell phone, and went out there and did the work of the Lord. And
that's raw, and that's probably what it is.
Right.
I mean, we respect that. Just going out there, we see the grind, we see the dedication and the just the audacity and the ambition.
Right.
And that's what people respect.
Yeah.
I learned a lot about business, and people don't buy into the business.
Yeah.
I'm saying they invest into the person.
There you go.
Know what I mean? So in your case, I'm saying they saw who you was, they saw the strength, and they saw your conviction.
Damn
you know what I'm
right.
saying? And the brother behind you can attest to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They seen who you was, and they saw you was boots to the ground, 10 toes in.
Right.
And you put your brick in, cat.
Man, if I could, I would not been able to do what I did, of course, you know what I'm saying, without the Most High, the God of the niggas,
right.
Yahweh in the Hebrew, you
Most
know what I'm
High
saying?
Christ.
And of course I wouldn't have been able to do what I did without the spirit of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And of course, big shout out to Commander Jenny Hanna, General Muhammad, General Haas, General Shawama, General Katham Gabar, and General Kabbalah Moth. Without them brothers building me up and giving me strength, I would not been able to go back home and do what I did. So, big up to those brothers, man.
Yeah, man. But cat, man, that was a beautiful thing.
No
you know what I
sign
mean? So we love you for that, cat.
Love y'all too, love you, damn right. Listen, in order to do this work, you have to sincerely love your people.
Right.
And I love black people, man, Hispanics and Native American Indians. I'm willing to give my life, you know what I'm saying, so my people could wake up. I think it's worth it.
So let me ask you a question, cat.
Yeah.
How would you define brotherhood?
Man, brotherhood is almost like a conditional and unconditional, right? Like sometimes in brotherhood, you gotta be able to, keep it one. You gotta be able to keep it 100 with a brother. You gotta teach a brother. Brothers gonna make mistakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Brothers may offend you. You gotta go talk to your brother if he offend you.
Right.
There's so many things that come with brotherhood, but when you really down with another brother, I mean, it's what life is all about. Brotherhood to me is life. If I had to put anything next to it, that's what I would put it. I wake up every day just to be with my men, see my men. I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying, at the Chicago school, the minute they come into school, I talk about them brothers day and night, make jokes about them. But I've been like that my whole life, and I tell people, if I joke with you, that mean I love you. You know, I only joke with the men because I love the hell out of them brothers, and I would be nothing without them.
Right. That's heavy.
Damn right.
All right, sir.
Most
If I could, anything else you want to tell our 2 subscribers, our 3
Man, I would
followers?
tell subscribers, man, listen, if you're a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man or woman, get in this truth ASAP. Isupk, under Commander Jenny Hanna. We all over the country. We outside the country. Man, get in contact with us, man. Let's go ahead and keep raising this nation up so we can get from under the foot of these devils, man. And that's about it.
Cat the Mawaqad.
Most crazy, damn right.
Shy.
That's right.
Nach Tv.
Damn right.
Yeah.
We got to represent for the culture. Niggas coming out here with all this funny color hair, skinny jeans and shit. Fuck that,
shit
nigga.
is
We taking
fucking
it back
gay.
to the fringes. Motherfucking Spikes, nigga, representing for the Hebrews. You know what I'm
real,
saying? Angry
nigga,
black
yeah.
man media,
That's
nigga.
how
We
we
getting
do
it there. We bringing that real shit
Black.
back.
I
Match my
real.
guns with the sneaks, that's my fashion week. Go ask the streets. Dog, we got massive beef, we pass elite. play this on blast, repeat. Let it go worldwide, let the masses peep. I don't care if she thick or her ass petite. She want war with the D, she a casualty. Long as she don't got no limits like I'm Master P. Fucking bitches! Boom, dick style!
No, do that shit over again.
You know I'm squeezing on triggers, my bullets hitting you won't heal it with stitches. You don't want that, you don't wanna get your skull cracked. Better tighten up when a nigga tell you fall back. Titties on the drum, you a sucker, give you all that. When you stand tall at, that's where you gon' fall at.